It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants under the lights on Sunday night.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off from MetLife. Gray now on the return. Return's looking good so far. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game in the defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Here's Tracy once more. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The 2nd down run by Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. The screen pass falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, it's a point of emphasis and practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Giants football. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. That's complete to Darius Slayton. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Russ off the play fake. Little off-center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it's 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing again is Russ. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this 3rd down call. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. He breaks the tackle. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. What an incredible return. He ripped off 39 on the run back. And the Chiefs will start their drive in optimal field position. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
A tight end in motion now. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pass it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Back to the air, Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Gray now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now here comes the New York offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. Now he's past the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants reach pay dirt for the first time this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants tie this game 7-7. Ready to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. He'll get this one to Brown. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Third down, 1 yard to go. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Mahomes has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Off play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, or you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
And the Giants going nickel. 3rd down coming. Back to throw Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Mahomes to throw for it. Kelsey makes the catch. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Again, Mahomes to throw. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Putting the tight end in motion. Another throw for Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs break the tie here in the first. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Butker on now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Coming left is Tracy. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Finds his target, Robinson. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Russ is cooking again. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he's taken down at the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, Instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They kick the running back in motion. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Slot man motioned over. Tracy has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Russ setting to throw. Escapes the... And they take this in for the score. The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Russell Wilson with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants tie things up at 14. Ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pistol now for Mahomes. He finds Brown right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They motion the tight end over. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 14.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Ross out of the pistol. He finds Slayton. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Caught by Theo Johnson. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They go right back to Tracy. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Play action. It's Wilson. Pass cut by Tracy. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, it's Tracy. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Wilson on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. A give to Tracy up the middle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They've got a man in motion. Ross off the play fake. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Russ now from the gun. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Wilson to throw again. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York! The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants tie this game at 21. Gano ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Chiefs looking down a very long field. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He puts some power on a deep one. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get some late points and the lead. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his fourth first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 21.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's Russ. Gets this to Johnson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. And wisely avoid contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Running back sent in motion. 1st down, here's Russ. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop. All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Russ looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Wilson on 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Graham Gano and the Giants field goal unit out. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So we've arrived at halftime. The Chiefs with a lead so far on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Chiefs are being led back out there on offense. Putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. For them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. There he goes again. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs drive their lead to 11.
Giants 24.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants, now Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
On 1st down, it's Wilson. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Malik Neighbors the one he was throwing for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now. On the move, past the 40. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. A handoff to Tracy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down, and they go right back to him. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Gets this to Slayton. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
On 4th down, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 1-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Back to throw, Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action. It's Mahomes. He's throwing deep to the left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes. That finds Hunt, complete. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Giants headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he'll fight the good fight forward to around the 21. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, these are what I call the body blows. It's not a home run. It doesn't deliver a chunk play, but it's these runs of 1 to 5 that keep you on schedule and take a little bit of steam out of that defense.
This is Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now they're up against it here on 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Pressure coming from Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it sets up second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of third down. Again, Mahomes to throw. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Another throw for Mahomes. And no look there, that throw falls to the ground.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to the air, Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Back to Pacheco here on second. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
First down throw, Mahomes. He brings it in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Looking to throw Mahomes. He's got it. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 18. Butker on now to kick this one away. Gray now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
To throw again on 2nd and 10. Wilson has his man. It's Tracy. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Motioning the tight end now. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
I think that time the defense was thinking a run play was going to come at him, right? Actually, most of us probably thought that was the right call. Still, wasn't a problem for them to adapt and get into coverage and force now a 4th down.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Oh, they're going for it on an option play left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Second and 3 now. Wilson now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Fourth and forever coming up. Wilson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again.
Giants 24.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick-6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. After the pick, here's Wilson. He's got him. That's Tracy.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
36-yard line.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 36. Gets this to Johnson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Russ looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Once more, it's Wilson. Connects with Johnson. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Russ. Connects with Slayton. And they take him down right along the 30.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
2nd and 3 now. Russ is cooking again. Pass cut by Tracy. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Throw caught by his running back. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The Chiefs' offense set to take over again. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
It's Pacheco again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Tight end going in motion here. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Keeps himself upright. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Chiefs keep running away with this. It's a Marquise Brown touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and one more ties the record. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs continue piling onto this lead.
Giants 24. Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we go look at their wideouts. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32, he's got Bellinger. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Wilson with it on 1st. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Wilson to throw again. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Giants are set to punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Chiefs ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Off to the races, middle of the field. Hits the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs continue adding on to that lead.
Giants 24.
Butker on now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants offense all set to get started. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Wilson on 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Second down now, 7 to go. Wilson now from the gun. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 3rd down now.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Has it at the 7. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group.